You really don't see that many bald people
Mm-hmm.
unless they know each other and they brought each other, because once you're bald, you obviously need to make bald friends. Oh, hey, didn't see you there. You caught me scrolling past my OnlyFans. Yup, 0 subscribers still. I was trying a new work from home strategy since it's never been easier to work from home. Sure, it only took Boomer Jerry to realize that my value comes from the work that I turn in every day, and not the hilarious, as he puts it, semi-suicidal words of encouragement that I leave on the company chalkboard. Now, if you happen to look like a gal who could conceivably be detained by security for suspected theft, or a dude whose idea of a drink is a 3-egg martini with a protein shake chaser, then you might have it easier than most. But to the rest of the wretches out there, such as myself, we have to do far more degrading things like learning how to bake sourdough bread, and learning how to bake non-sourdough bread, or creating a weekly YouTube show. So today, on La Semanal, Martín and I will be talking about how we're learning to do what industries and companies have been doing since the dawn of time, and that's commodifying ourselves. So, stick around. It's not like you can maybe go anywhere. Boom. How did you like that intro?
I like it.
So, this week we are talking about working from home
Yes.
and the different types of ways people are making money. Obviously, people are being laid off left and right, especially if you're working in the hotel industries, any type of service industry, basically.
Yeah.
You're being laid off left and right. And I mean, I know you have experience with working from home. You've worked from home for how long now?
It's been like 3 years now, 2.5, for a while.
Okay, and did you get started by being laid off? Was it like a voluntary decision?
Wow. I'd never had to admit this before. Because I was like, no, yeah, I chose it. Yeah, no, like the last job I had that I actually had to go to, like an office. Yeah, no, it was basically, yeah, we don't need you anymore. And I'm like, well, I don't need you either. And I can start and I can keep on doing my social media from home. F you. So in a way, yeah. But like before, when this whole thing started, like I had a job doing social media for and I was about to start with 3 different companies. And then COVID-19 happened, and one of the companies is based in Italy.
Okay.
So
wow, like that's where they got hit probably the worst.
Yes.
In the beginning,
So
didn't they?
they did not give a shit about social media. Then another one of them was a hotel. So
All right. So okay, are you the next one you're gonna say was a meatpacking plant?
no. The third one was a company that helped people go to the US to get jobs.
Oh, all right. That's another thing. Yeah, borders being closed down, so I guess they were
Yeah.
like, yeah, we really don't need.
Yeah, no.
Really.
It went like it was just amazing because like someone asked me, well, at least you have several accounts, and I'm like, yeah, none of them survived. And you, how long have you been working from home?
I've been working from home the better part of the decade. I want to say maybe 7, 8 years. But who's keeping count now?
But you're like a snail. You work from home, but you move around.
Us type of people have the unfortunate moniker of digital nomads, which is the most pretentious fucking way to say, I do remote work remotely. And I say this with all sincerity because I honestly hate, I don't like that. And this is coming from someone who literally writes a blog called The Digital Nomad's Guide. And yeah, I'm lucky in the fact that I really don't need to look for work. I don't really need to grind it out anymore because in the beginning, obviously, I had like the fortune of having this high-profile job in Mexico and meeting other people within like. Oh shit! What the fuck is that?
It's your.
Oh, I fucking got. Holy shit!
What do
God.
you think it was?
Dude, I heard it first,
Yeah.
and I looked over there, didn't see shit. But then the corner of my eye, I see something like coming, like
Oh
like yeah, on the ground, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, is this a fucking rat on this like the third story?
no! Breathe. Breathe.
All right, need a little bit more wine. I need to bring my fucking heart rate down right now. Oh my fucking god, what is that? I need to edit that shit out quick.
We need to have it like, just 30 seconds of that. Give it to me. I'll post it.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Now I forgot what the fuck I was talking about.
So did I. Working from home, digital nomads.
Yeah. I in the beginning I didn't really have to look for work like most people who end up being fired, because I too was fired from my previous position. They basically wanted me to work for less money, and I was like, that
No.
can't be legal. I don't have to agree to none of that. They're like, okay, well, we don't really need you at that price point. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? Like, I mean, I hate. That's the thing. Like, this thing where they're just seeing like how little people are willing to accept in order to do a job, and I hate that.
No, that's absolutely true, because a lot of people don't realize that your employer isn't doing you a favor, and you're not really doing your employer a favor. It's a mutual agreement, a mutual thing where you provide a service, you provide your time, your labor, and they provide you with money. Without
Exactly.
one, there's
And it has to
there's not
be
the other.
mutually beneficial. You have to be able to live with that money, and they get your job. Like, that's it. My God.
Agreed.
Because the thing about working from home, I mean, or rather, for me, it's been that I see that a lot of people are, they're looking for like hacks for working from home, and they're like, how do you manage your time and blah blah blah, and they ask me like, how do you manage your time? I'm like, I don't. I have to remind myself that I need to like, I will do this thing where I'm like, why do I have a headache? Why am I such in a bad mood? When was the last time I ate? Oh.
And what would you say?
Like the longest I've gone like with that is like I realized like at
Oh,
8 p.m.
because you didn't get paid, and then you're like, when's the last time I ate? So I need to work.
No. Like, I will literally be working and I'll forget that I need to eat, and then like 12 hours later I'm like, when did I have breakfast? Oh, 12 hours ago. That's why I hate my life right now. I just need to go to the kitchen and make myself a sandwich.
I go the other way. Like, I can't. I have the freedom of declining a lot of clients, and I do, because a lot of clients, I'm sorry to say, are fucking idiots, and they think they know what they want, but they really don't. And just because your fucking nephew knows how to do a little bit of coloring in MSN Paint doesn't mean they know what making it pop is. And so eventually, I look into the fridge and I'm saying, oh, there's not much here. Maybe I should stop rejecting every fucking client that comes my way, and be like, all right, need to get something going. Let's see what
Fine.
let's see who I rejected, who is paying me the most, but I can do the least amount of work. Like, that's literally my cost benefit ratio for me. Of like, it has to be right here, straight in the middle. I'm like, all right, this job will get me through the month, and I could probably order Uber Eats a couple of days a week with this, and I'm good. I'm not greedy.
It's good. No, I like that. I like that average. I think that should be a mathematical equation. You should do a TED talk just on that.
Yeah.
You know,
I
if
think
you
I
must
should,
get
Mother.
dressed at least.
No, and I no longer get dressed to work, man. That was a James of the past. That was a young, naive James, where he was like, if I wake up with motivation and get dressed, shower, I'm gonna have that like motivation to get this code written or get this thing designed. And then I'm like, the only motivation I need is, do I have money to go to the bar later on? Like, that's literally it.
I mean, we all have, yeah, no, I know. And it's bad when, like, because for stand-up comedy, like, I love doing it. So, like, there were some times where I'm like, I have 3 shows this week, but none of them really paid well. So I'm like, I need to start looking for jobs that pay well. Like, it's
Yeah.
nice that I get to do stand-up, like, like, as much as I do, and it's great. And there's always going to be people willing to not pay you to do stand-up. But it's like, but I need to actually have jobs that,
Pay them
where the
bills,
money
right?
I make, yeah, where the money I make does not go away on the Uber coming back home. So,
Yeah, and how does it work with the whole stand-up situation? Because you just said you'll always have someone who would be happy for you to come do a set for free. In the digital world, like such as us, where we live and work, you always have people. Hey, can you design me a quick logo for my Instagram or YouTube channel? I can pay your ass an exposure. I'm like, that's dope. Does Uber Eats now accept exposure as like credit? Can I redeem this bullshit exposure that you're gonna give me with your 3,324 fans?
exactly.
And
No, no, no,
people
it doesn't.
get mad when you like put that shit in their face.
They do, they do. And I had people like they ask like, how much you charge for like an hour long show? You tell me your price, and they're like, but so and so will charge like a fraction of that, and I'm like, yeah, hire so and so. They are overcharging you for what they do.
Oh, dude, should we start like a Yelp services for like a Yelp
For
for
stand up.
comedians for stand up?
Ooh, you know,
Like,
I would, as long as there's an anonymous commenting option.
oh no, I can just imagine your ass being on there like this guy fucking sucks. Minute 3 to 4 in his set is just a dull train ride to a slaughterhouse that you wish you end up dying.
Wow, you're really good at roasting.
I learn from the best, obviously. You.
Oh. So yeah, so people are working from home. We've worked from home for a while, but now, like, I do have some friends that even before the pandemic, they were like, "Well, people are doing porn online and getting paid for it. Why don't I do it?"
Uh, what do you? Or was that a rhetorical question from your friends to you because they already knew the answer, or were they legit asking you for advice?
Yeah, no, I don't think they were asking me for advice because, like, some people think like I'm super, like, it's like my stand-up, like I talk about sex, they're like, oh my God, sexual, but I'm actually the most vanilla person that I know.
I mean, yeah, you're as far as all the tastes that I know that you like, you're pretty basic with that. You like
Exactly.
buff
I just want,
dudes, and
I
that's
want to be
that's all.
cuddled.
That's yeah. Who
I've
doesn't?
been planning my wedding since I'm 6, basically. But these people know, they were like, let's get fucked on camera. And they did.
They literally go like head first into that pool of pornography.
Yes.
And that's completely insane because according to like this New York Times article, people think the more you show on camera, the more subscribers and fans you're gonna get, but that's not necessarily true. What does get people actually following you and paying you for their time is posting on a regular basis. And this one chick, she goes by Miss Hardwood on that New York Times article, says, let me find it. Guys don't want to pay for porn. They want the opportunity to get to know someone they saw in a magazine or on social media. So yeah, basically with these kinds of apps, Fan Central, your Snapchat Premium, your OnlyFans, like one of the huge things that draw people in is the fact that that person that you are so horny about can literally slide into your DMs and be like, "Hey, for another $10, I can show you my face," and motherfuckers will pay for that.
Yeah. So, subscribers of La Semanal, for another $10. Oh my god, you already saw my face.
What are we gonna give him for another $10? Or actually, for initial $10.
For the initial $10, yeah. We will thank you profusely for your help.
We will, personal shout outs.
Exactly. We need to set up a Patreon.
Or an OnlyFans. Apparently, their COO or CEO, forgot his name, is saying that he wants to venture out and to not only having adult content, but obviously musicians, fitness experts, and chefs.
Okay.
Can you just imagine Gordon Ramsay be like, "Yeah, I just opened an OnlyFans," or in his fucking, what's his accent? Yeah. "Oi guys, I just opened an OnlyFans. Please subscribe."
Oh, fucker. Subscribe. You know what? I know so many people that would pay Gordon Ramsay to have like just a string of expletives in his voice because they're horny that way. There's always some.
Yeah, they have that accumulation fetish where you're like, just
it's
Gordon
Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like when you first said like we could open an OnlyFans, I'm like, oh my god, James.
I did not sign up for that.
Exactly, like no. the people did not sign up for that. It's like when people tell me like you should take your shirt off, you'll get more followers. I'm like, no, I don't really think that.
In fact, people are gonna be asking me to give them money.
Exactly. I should start telling people like if you want to stop seeing like I will start posting a whole bunch of shirtless pictures. Like if you want me to put my shirt on, start paying me on OnlyFans.
There you go. Just literally assault them. Assault their senses.
Because the thing with OnlyFans and like any like this and podcasting and YouTubing and the whole thing is that a lot of people that sort of lost their jobs saw it. I'm like, that's easy. I can do that. Like, and then they think that because you have like 100 subscribers, like YouTube starts paying you $1,000 a month, and it's like no.
Unless you're in like the millions of followers, I feel that making money off of social media is gonna be, you're gonna have a difficult time.
Well, that's it. The thing is, how do you plan to translate your followers into money? For example, as a comedian, what you try is to bring them to a show and have them pay for the show. So that's how you translate. Like illustrators, they do commissions and stuff, and they have their Patreon, so that's how they do it. And then, of course, people who do have an OnlyFans and porn stars and everything, well, they show you a little bit, and then they say, like, if you want to see the whole thing, then come and pay on my... Yeah, that sounded... If you want to see the whole thing.
Yeah, you're basically saying you only give them the tip, and if they want the rest, then they need
if they want you to thrust.
Yeah, but we're getting a little bit too explicit, Martin.
I know. I'm sorry. So anyway, but yeah, like you don't need millions of followers in order to start making money off social media. What you do need is strategy. What you do need is consistent content and quality. Not in it has to be like super high quality, but it needs to be, that's why it's like consistent. It has to be like if you give him something, you can't really go down for that. You have to be, give them the same.
Like you have to have a baseline, basically.
Exactly.
Right.
And you also, like, that's what this woman's saying. You also need to share a little bit of your day-to-day life with them. They need to feel like they know you. It's way, like, you're way more likely to be subscribe to a Patreon of a creator who you feel like he's your friend and he's than a guy that just like once a month uploads a lot of drawings and he's like, here's your drawings, leave me alone.
I mean, I feel more attuned to the guy who would be like, all right, you guys sub to me because you want this product that I obviously can only give you. And when it comes to porn, especially like OnlyFans, there's so many new content creators a day. There's this BuzzFeed news article where CEO says, as of May, there has been 200,000 new users every 24 hours. But there has also been 7 to 8,000 new content creators in that same amount of time. And this is what I tell people where when I'm travel, I usually work at bars or at wherever I'm staying.
Yeah, you don't like you have the chance of being work outside your house.
Exactly. And since I'm not 12 years old, I don't work at coffee shops anymore. So I usually go to bars and I end up. I mean, no offense, no judgment for my part. And I have people always telling me how's the whole marketplace for your type of work, and I tell them like, dude, you have to have the mentality that you're literally competing against the whole world. There's this meme is like whatever you think you can do really well, right? You might think that you're the best at it. There's probably an Asian kid that can do it way better. And
Yeah.
statistically speaking, that's probably true.
But James, remember, you will always be the best at being you.
That is unfortunately true.
The other thing is like, I mean, because the amount of OnlyFans accounts being open and everything, but the other what that shows is also that people think that making porn is easy. They're like, I'm just gonna go on and like if you're a guy, you're like, I'm just gonna like play with myself, and like women will be like, oh my god, well I'll just like be nice and whatever. And the truth is that like it's a hard job. I mean, I don't know from experience. I've just talked to people.
You've done your research, basically.
I've done my research.
Right.
But it's like when you think like it's fine, like it's fine. I do this 3 times a day. I can do it. I can do it in front of a camera, and then it's like you have to understand it. You face all of the problems of the job, which is like lighting and where do you put your camera and what part of your house are you going to do it, and are you going to be able to consistently come out with new content every day or every week, or like I like just this has been a challenge, like, and I do podcast and that's not video and that is also a challenge, and these people have to be like, and also I am likable.
You have to keep a certain aesthetic that obviously brought your followers there, and you have to maintain that. That's obviously difficult, especially when you have to go through like quarantine and gyms aren't open. I think that especially online sex workers, they go through the same thing most people, anyone that works from home, but they have it a bit more demanding because I feel like since they try to interact with like the people who are subbing to them, those people automatically think, oh, she is either my friend or now I am entitled for her complete attention or her undying fucking love, and that's not how the real world works, let alone the virtual world.
Yeah, exactly. It's you in the end, just as in Whole Foods, you realize that customers sometimes are entitled little shits. And you kind of have to be like, and they're like, no, I want this. And you're like, no, go away. And I mean, I've heard so many like horrible stories of customers and stuff, but and of people believing, like, oh my God, this person that I follow on OnlyFans loves me more than the rest of us horny people in this live stream. And it's, but you have to balance that, because that's what they're there for. They're there for the personality, and they're there for the interaction. But you also have to keep yourself, at a certain distance, to be like, yes, this is a fantasy. I
Yeah, that's
am
because that's what they're selling in the end. A
exactly. I
fantasy,
am
yeah.
not the droid you're looking for. But yeah, no, my God. I mean, I'm sure that it's also, like, if you enjoy it, and there has to be some good points for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it.
I
But
mean, it's quite. You could. I hate to say it, but it is way easier money than obviously going to work and breaking rock for 10, 12 fucking hours. I mean, look at this one chick from her OnlyFans. She would like in August she was making $29,000 a month, and that went up to $52,000 in November. I mean, this is again Miss Harwood from that New York Times article that
you know,
I'll put on the bottom. And I mean,
and I'm sure she's working hard for every single penny.
she's working hard for the money. Try to
Exactly.
copyright,
I
try
am.
to copy strike that fucking YouTube. Alright, so we're back. All right, no. So talking about this these services such as OnlyFans and Fan Central, there's this. I don't know if it's new. It just came up in the research that I was doing. It's called what the fuck is it called again? It's My Girl, which is that's not something that rolls off the tongue like OnlyFans
No.
or Fan Central.
And it's not like when you hear OnlyFans or Fan Central or even Patreon, like, you kind of get it, you get an idea of what it is. You hear itsmygirl.com, and it sounds kind of like as I say, kind of like,
It
I was gonna say, like a stalking website, which, in a way, it is, I guess.
yeah, you're right. I was gonna say it could either be a website for adopting a child or adopting a mail order bride.
Yes, or both.
But yeah, there you go, or both. If you're that one millionaire from Florida, I can just imagine someone texting me if I have an OnlyFans or a Snapchat Premium, and they're like, "What are you wearing?" And I would be like, "Same thing I've been wearing for the past 3 weeks." Why? You want to buy me some wings or what? You want to see them stains dripping down my chin?
Sexy.
Right? And that's what we're here for. This is why we do it.
Exactly. You know what? The worst thing is that I'm sure someone will be like, "Yeah, I would watch you eat wings. I would. Like, yeah, set up an
Oh,
OnlyFans."
absolutely, someone would. Absolutely. And I would be obliged to be like, yeah, dude, you just let's set up like a standing appointment and delivery of. Oh no, but I'd have to tell them where the fuck I live, man. That's no go. Uber
No,
Eats
no,
needs
no,
to
no,
have
no.
like a wish list type of deal with where like people can buy you food, but they don't know where they're sending it to.
But yeah, Uber Eats needs to get on that. Like, like, this is my wish list for today, and someone be like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy him some wings."
If someone were to do that and they told me there's $1,000 tip if you eat them all on camera, I would be like, you need to give me like 2 days so I can fast because I'm going for that gold.
And
I'm
he's gonna
going
be
for
like,
that.
"No, I want instant gratification. I want you to get on that camera and eat those. Be careful what you wish for, James. That's the lesson for
Uh,
today."
and I would do it, dude. I would honestly do it. I'm like, all right, shit. I need to figure out the logistics of this. How many paces to the bathroom? How many buckets do I need? How many calories?
But the thing is, you're on camera, so you can be like, this wing is, yum, 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 yum.
Oh yeah, just Sleight of hand.
And the guy's gonna be like, no, I want to see you chew. And you're like, oh crap, no.
Before we end this, I just want to say one last thing in regards to wings. Is that apparently 60 wings equals 10,000 calories. So to anyone out there who wants to live that dream, just be aware that you're consuming 10,000 calories for every 60 wings that you consume. Keep that in mind. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
That's a positive note to end the episode.
It's positive and informative.
Exactly. And if you guys, like, I am not that much into wings. I'm like, I like wings. I will eat wings. Not 60, but I will eat wings. And, like, I'll go to Hooters with my friends just so that they can enjoy the scenery. But, like, cakes. If you can buy me fancy cakes, I'm yours.
There you go. Okay. Cakes and wings. That's what we live off of here on La Semanal.
Exactly. So, anyway. So, should I wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up, please.
Okay, so everyone, thank you so much for being here in another episode of La Semanal. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can click that bell to see when to get notifications when we post new stuff. We do post like clips of stuff, so like if you click the bell, you will like there will be more than just a weekly show. That's what I'm saying. You can follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I was supposed to do a Facebook fan page last week and I didn't. And look who came to be with us this time. Look, it's my cat. Oh. So have a nice week, and we will see you next week in another La Semanal. Bye.